English from Australia, pelajaran nomor 101. Halo saudara pendengar, hari ini kita akan mengulangi beberapa hal yang sudah saudara pelajari sebelumnya. Dan kita juga akan berbicara tentang beberapa hal baru. Iwan dan Chris sedang makan pagi di dapur. Seperti saudara ketahui, Iwan sudah tinggal dengan keluarga Chris sejak Chris pulang dari Indonesia.
Good morning, Chris. Morning, Iwan.
Morning.
Chris, what's the matter with you?
I feel terrible.
Really? Why?
He's worried about the exam today.
Yes, I'm nervous and I'm worried.
Worried? What are you worried about? You've done exams before.
Yes, but this is a very important exam. It's going to be difficult and I'm worried.
Ujian itu adalah ujian akhir ilmu alam untuk tahun ini, dan mereka harus lulus. Perhatikan ungkapan-ungkapan yang memakai bentuk kata kerja be ditambah dengan kata sifat.
I'm worried.
He's worried.
I'm nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous, Chris. You've been thinking about Lucia too much instead of your course.
I can't help it.
Saya tidak dapat berbuat apa-apa.
I can't help it.
Anyway, don't be nervous. Be like Iwan.
I'm nervous too.
Well, you don't look nervous.
Oh, he's calm. He's as cool as a cucumber.
Suatu perumpamaan yang artinya dia sangat tenang.
You're as cool as a cucumber.
Well, you be cool too, Chris.
Oh, I'll try. Anyway, I'd better have some breakfast.
Hal pertama untuk latihan hari ini ialah pemakaian lain kata kerja be. Kata be dipakai sebagai bentuk perintah dan biasanya diikuti oleh kata sifat.
Be calm. Don't be nervous.
Ucapkanlah setelah Margaret.
Be calm. Don't be nervous.
Bagus. Dengarkan beberapa contoh lagi dalam percakapan ini.
I'm hungry. I'm going to have some more toast.
Chris, don't be greedy. Leave some for Iwan.
That's okay. I'm not very hungry.
Don't be shy, Iwan. Have some more if you want it.
I'm really hungry.
Well, don't eat too much, Chris. Be sensible.
I'll just have some more orange juice.
Oh, Chris, be careful. Don't be so clumsy.
Coba dengarkan contoh-contoh ini.
Be calm. Don't be nervous. Don't be greedy. Don't be shy. Be sensible. Be careful. Don't be so clumsy.
Dengarkan lagi contoh yang terakhir.
Don't be so clumsy.
Artinya, jangan terlalu kikuk.
Don't be so clumsy.
Mari kita kembali pada percakapan tadi.
Come on, Iwan. It's time to go. Hurry up. We don't want to be late.
Don't be so impatient, Chris.
But if we're late, we'll miss the physics exam, and if we don't do the exam, we'll fail, and I won't be able to get a job, and I won't get married, and...
Chris, don't be so silly. You've got plenty of time. You're going to borrow the car, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, just be careful. Drive carefully. You know what your father will be like if you damage the car?
Don't worry, we'll be okay.
I hope the exam won't be too difficult. Good luck, Chris. Good luck, Iwan.
Thanks.
Sekarang beberapa latihan untuk diulangi. Siap?
Be sensible. Don't be nervous. Don't be so silly. Don't be so clumsy. Don't be so impatient.
Sekarang kita akan menggabungkan kata kerja be dengan kata there. Dengarkan dulu beberapa contoh yang dipakai Chris dan Iwan dalam perjalanan ke universitas.
There's a lot of traffic this morning, Chris.
Yes, it's very heavy along this road.
Is there a quicker way?
Perhaps. There's an intersection ahead. Most of the traffic is turning to the right, but there's a small street to the left.
Yes, I can see. There are only a few cars on that street.
Well, let's go that way.
Coba dengarkan lagi contoh yang memakai there's dan there are.
There's a lot of traffic. Is there a quicker way?
There's an intersection ahead. There's a small street to the left.
There are only a few cars on that street.
Bentuk itu sudah saudara ketahui. Sekarang beberapa bentuk baru yang menggunakan kata-kata seperti may. Dengarkanlah.
Perhaps there's a quicker way. There may be a quicker way.
Kedua kalimat itu mempunyai arti yang sama. Mungkin ada jalan yang lebih cepat. Dengarkan lagi beberapa pasang contoh.
Perhaps there's a lot of traffic on that road.
There may be a lot of traffic on that road.
Perhaps there's a reason for it.
There may be a reason for it.
Perhaps there's an explanation.
There may be an explanation.
Mungkin ada sebabnya. Ulangilah latihan ini. Siap?
There may be a lot of traffic on that road. There may be a reason for it. There may be an explanation.
Bagus. Kalau kita merasa lebih pasti, kita memakai kata must dan bukan kata may. Dengarkanlah.
The cars are slowing down. There must be something wrong.
Yes.
There must be something wrong. Look, all the cars are stopping.
I wonder why.
There must be a reason. Oh, a police car. Well, there must be something wrong.
Dengarkan contoh lain.
There must be something wrong. There must be a reason.
Dan kalau berbicara tentang waktu yang lalu, kita mengatakan,
There must have been an accident.
Why do you say that?
Look, there are two cars in the middle of the road.
Oh, yes. There must have been an accident. I hope it wasn't serious.
No, it doesn't look serious.
coba ulangi.
There must be something wrong. There must be a reason. There must have been an accident.
Mari kita kembali pada percakapan tadi. Kelihatannya ada kecelakaan yang telah menghalangi lalu lintas untuk sementara.
The cars are starting to move again. Are we late?
No, we'll be okay.
Sekarang, sebelum kita kembali ke tempat kecelakaan itu, ada lagi cara pemakaian kata there dalam ungkapan dengan kata yang berakhiran ing. Ingatkah saudara pada kalimat dengan ing seperti
I can see a man standing near the car. I can see a policeman standing beside the road. He's writing something in a notebook.
I can see a man talking to the policeman.
Jadi, kita dapat mengatakan kalimat I can see, dan kita juga dapat mengatakannya sebagai berikut.
There's a man standing near the car.
Dengarkan beberapa contoh lagi. Chris dan Iwan jalan terus untuk melihat kecelakaan itu.
There's a policeman standing beside the road.
There's a policeman writing in a notebook.
There's a woman talking to the policeman.
There's a policeman directing traffic.
Artinya, ada polisi yang sedang mengatur lalu lintas.
There's a policeman directing traffic.
There's a man looking at the cars.
Dan beberapa bentuk jamak.
There are some people arguing.
There are some people looking at the cars.
There are some people inspecting the damage.
Ada beberapa orang yang sedang memeriksa kerusakan itu.
There are some people inspecting the damage.
Sekarang mari kita berlatih dengan mengulanginya. Siap?
There's a woman. There's a woman talking to the policeman. There are some people arguing.
Bagus. Sekarang beberapa latihan untuk membuat kalimat saudara sendiri. Saudara akan mendengar kalimat seperti
I can see a man standing near the car.
dan saudara hendaknya mengubahnya menjadi
There's a man standing near the car.
coba yang berikut ini.
I can see some people looking at the car.
Ingatkah bentuk jamaknya? Coba ulangi lagi sesudah Chris.
There are some people looking at the car.
Bagus. Kerjakan latihan berikut ini seperti contoh tadi dan ulangi jawaban yang benar sesudah saudara mendengarnya. Siap?
I can see some people arguing.
There are some people arguing.
I can see a policeman directing traffic.
There's a policeman directing traffic.
I can see a policeman writing in a book.
There's a policeman writing in a book.
Chris mengira dia mengenal salah satu mobil yang terlibat dalam kecelakaan itu.
Ewan, do you recognize that car? The grey one. I've seen it before.
No, I don't recognize it.
Saudara pendengar, ada satu hal lagi untuk diulangi. Saudara masih ingat pada question tags, bukan? Berikut ini beberapa contoh.
We aren't going to be late, are we?
No. Let's see. We've got plenty of time. You're still nervous, aren't you?
Ingatlah, kalau kalimatnya negatif,
We aren't going to be late,
tag yang dipakai positif.
are we? We aren't going to be late, are we?
Dan kalau kalimatnya positif, tag yang dipakai negatif.
You're nervous, aren't you? You're nervous, aren't you?
Sekarang jenis tag lain yang kadang-kadang dipakai. Tag ini positif dan dipakai setelah kalimat positif. Coba dengarkan.
Look, someone standing by the road. Hey, it's Ray.
Hi, Ray. What are you doing here?
I'm trying to get to uni. I had an accident with the car.
Oh, that was your car, was it? That was your car, was it, Ray? The car in the accident?
Yes, it was my car. A lady ran into the back of it.
Seorang wanita menabrak dari belakang.
Yes, a lady ran into the back of it.
So you left the car, did you?
Yes, a friend's going to take it to the garage. I've got an exam this morning.
Oh, you've got one too, have you?
Yes. Oh, you've got an exam this morning, have you?
Yes. So we'd better hurry.
Kita memakai bentuk question tag ini kalau kita mengetahui sesuatu dan ingin menegaskannya. Kita merasa pasti dengan kenyataan itu. Berikut beberapa contoh lagi dan perhatikan lagunya.
That was your car, was it?
You've got an exam this morning, have you?
You've got one too, have you?
Kita dapat juga memakainya untuk menyatakan rasa heran tentang sesuatu. Coba dengarkan.
I'm nervous.
Oh, you're nervous too, are you?
I'm going to uni.
Oh, you're going to uni too, are you?
We're going to be late.
Oh, we're going to be late, are we?
Ewan can speak 3 languages.
He can speak 3 languages, can he?
Where's your car?
It broke down.
Oh, it broke down, did it?
Sekarang beberapa latihan. Pertama, ulangi dulu dan tirukanlah lagunya. Siap?
That was your car, was it? You left the car, did you? You've got an exam, have you?
You've got one too, have you?
You're nervous too, are you?
We're going to be late, are we?
Bagus. Sekarang beberapa latihan lagi dalam menggunakan ungkapan itu. Saudara akan mendengar kalimat, misalnya,
I had an accident.
dan saudara hendaknya menyatakan rasa heran dengan kalimat positif, ditambah dengan tag seperti,
You had an accident, did you?
coba yang ini mengenai Helen.
Helen's coming home.
Ulangi lagi sesudah Ray.
Helen's coming home, is she?
Bagus. Kerjakanlah latihan berikut ini seperti contoh itu, dan ulangi jawaban yang benar setelah saudara mendengarnya. Siap?
It's an important exam.
It's an important exam, is it? I'm going to Queensland.
You're going to Queensland, are you?
I'm going to get a job.
You're going to get a job, are you?
There are good jobs in Queensland.
There are good jobs in Queensland, are there?
Jadi, Ray, Chris, dan Iwan tiba di universitas cukup awal untuk ujian itu.
Thanks for the lift, Chris.
That's okay. We can give you a lift home, too.
Thanks. I'll buy you a cup of coffee after the exam. By the way, how's Lucia?
Oh, she's fine. Hang on, I've got a photo of her here.
Gee, she's pretty, isn't she? You're a lucky man. Anyway, see you later.
Coba dengarkan lagi.
Chris showed Ray a photo.
Setelah kata kerja showed, ada dua pelengkap, yaitu Ray dan a photo.
Chris showed Ray a photo.
Kalimat ini merupakan bentuk yang paling biasa dipakai. Tetapi saudara juga dapat mengatakan,
Chris showed a photo to Ray.
artinya, Chris menunjukkan foto kepada Ray. Coba ulangi sesudah Iwan.
Chris showed a photo to Ray.
Bagus. Dengarkan beberapa contoh lagi.
Mr. Smart gave some advice to Chris.
Ewan wrote a letter to his father. Margaret sent a parcel to Helen.
Sekarang, beberapa latihan lagi untuk diulangi. Siap?
Mr. Smart gave some advice to Chris.
Ewan wrote a letter to his father. Margaret sent a parcel to Helen.
Bagus. Sekarang cara lain untuk mengatakan kalimat-kalimat tersebut. Kata to kita hilangkan, dan urutan pelengkapnya kita ganti. Tetapi artinya tetap sama.
Mr. Smart gave Chris some advice.
Ewan wrote his father a letter.
Margaret sent Helen a parcel.
Artinya, Margaret mengirim paket kepada Helen. Coba ucapkan sesudah Chris.
Margaret sent Helen a parcel. Iwan wrote his father a letter.
Chris gave Lucia a present.
Yang artinya sama dengan
Chris gave a present to Lucia.
kata ganti juga dapat dipakai dalam kalimat-kalimat ini. Coba dengarkan.
He gave it to her.
Tetapi ada satu hal yang harus diingat. Dalam kalimat seperti
Chris gave Lucia a present,
saudara hanya boleh mengganti pelengkap yang pertama, yaitu Lucia dengan kata ganti.
Chris gave her a present.
Dalam kalimat itu, kata a present tidak boleh diganti dengan kata ganti.
Chris gave Lucia a present. Chris gave her a present.
Tetapi, dalam kalimat yang memakai kata to,
Chris gave a present to Lucia.
kedua pelengkap dapat diganti dengan kata ganti.
Chris gave it to her.
Ingatlah bahwa dalam kalimat dengan dua pelengkap, saudara boleh mengganti kedua pelengkap itu dengan kata ganti, kalau pelengkap yang kedua mengikuti kata to.
Margaret sent a parcel. Margaret sent the parcel to Helen. Margaret sent the parcel to her. Margaret sent it to her.
Sekarang, perhatikan juga bentuk kata ganti sesudah kata to.
To him. To her. To us. To me. To them.
Berlatihlah dengan mengulangi gabungan kalimat berikut. Siap?
Chris gave a present to her.
Margaret sent a parcel to her. She sent it to her. Mr. Smart gave it to them.
Hal yang terakhir tentang kalimat ini ialah bentuk pasifnya. Coba dengarkan.
Someone gave a present to Lucia. A present was given to Lucia.
Kalau memakai kata ganti,
It was given to Lucia. It was given to her.
ingatlah, kata ganti dapat dipakai sesudah kata to. Sekarang, pola yang lain.
Someone gave Lucia a present. Lucia was given a present by someone. She was given a photo. She was given a photo.
Mari kita berlatih dengan mengulangi beberapa kalimat. Siap?
Helen was sent a parcel. She was sent a parcel. A parcel was sent to Helen. A parcel was sent to her. It was sent to her.
Saudara pendengar, Ray, Chris, dan Iwan sudah selesai menempuh ujian, dan mereka bertemu setelah itu.
Well, Chris, how was it?
Well,
Come on, be honest. It wasn't too difficult, was it?
I finished half an hour early.
Oh, you finished early, did you? So did I.
Yes, I thought it was easy. What about you, Iwan?
It wasn't bad. I think I'll pass.
Oh, Iwan, don't be modest. You'll get one of the top marks as usual.
I'll wait and see.
Now, what about a cup of coffee?
I want to see Mr. Smart, Ray. Can I join you later?
He's over there. Look, there are some people talking to him.
Okay, we'll see you later, Chris. Come on, Ewan. I want to tell you some news about Ron. You know Ron, don't you?
Yes, I know him.
Well, he sent me a postcard the other day.
Oh, he sent you a card, did he? Where is he?
He's in Indonesia. He finished his exams last week.
Oh, he's in Indonesia, is he? Whereabouts in Indonesia?
Let's see. I've got the postcard here. He doesn't say, but there's a picture of some Balinese dancers. He must be in Bali. Oh, yes, in Ubud. That's in Bali, isn't it?
That's right.
There are some other Australians travelling with him. They've rented a car.
I'll send him my uncle's address. I've got an uncle living in Bali,
Oh, whereabouts?
in Kintamani, a small town in the mountains.
It must be nice in Bali. There must be lots to see. A lot of Australians go there.
There are lots of nice places in Indonesia, eh? Why don't you go for a visit?
Don't be silly, Iwan. I can't afford it.
Perhaps your family could lend you the money.
Oh, maybe. These Balinese dances look nice, don't they?
Yes, they have nice music too.
Well, have you finished talking about the exam? I'm glad it's finished. The next ones will be easier.
We've forgotten about exams. We're talking about Indonesian music and dancing.
Hanya sekian saudara pendengar pelajaran kita untuk hari ini. Jangan lupa membaca bagian kedua dari pelajaran ini dalam buku saudara dan juga bagian pertama dari pelajaran nomor 102 untuk siaran yang akan datang. Dan sekarang, goodbye listeners.